Hello friends, welcome to Man-Made. Today's topic is Micturition Reflex. So what is Micturition Reflex? Micturition Reflex is a single complete cycle of progressive and rapid increase of intravascular pressure. So what is intravascular pressure? Intravascular pressure means the pressure on the wall of the bladder due to filling of the urine. So when volume gets 300 to 500 ml, the pressure is very progressive or very rapid, and this pressure is very sustained, not change very frequently. It is sustained all over the bladder, and after the passage of the urine, the tone of the bladder returns to its initial tone. So these three parts make the complete cycle of the micturition reflex. Now we go to pathway of the micturition reflex. Before that, we need to know the innervations of the bladder and the sphincters. So first is pelvic nerve, second is pudendal nerve, and third is sympathetic innervation of the hypogastric nerve. So pelvic nerve has two fibers, sensory fibers and motor fibers. Pelvic nerve fibers arise from the second, third and fourth sacral segments of the spinal cord. So the parasympathetic, that motor nerve, causes contraction of detrusor muscles and relaxation of the internal sphincter, leading to emptying of the urinary bladder, whereas the sensory fibers will carry the impulses from the stretch receptors. Then pudendal nerve. Pudendal nerve is a somatic nerve. External sphincter is innervated by the somatic nerve, so called pudendal nerve. It arises from the second, third and fourth sacral segments of the spinal cord. It helps in the it keeps the external sphincter constricted always. And the third one is sympathetic nerve. So sympathetic nerve will cause relaxation of detrusor muscle and constriction of internal sphincter. It results in the filling of urinary bladder. So these are the three innervations of the urinary bladder and its sphincter. So now we come to the path. So micturition reflex starts with the filling of urinary bladder. Intravascular pressure increases, which causes the stimulation of stretch receptors, and thus efferent impulses pass via sensory fibers of pelvic nerve to sacral segments of a spinal cord S2, S3, S4. From there, efferent impulses via motor fibers of pelvic nerve to urinary bladder and internal sphincter to cause contraction of detrusor muscles and the internal sphincter. So the urine flows into the urethra, which causes stretch receptors of the urethra to stimulate, and then afferent impulses pass via pelvic nerve to S2, S3, S4, and thus inhibition of pudendal nerves take place. So we know that pudendal nerve is a somatic nerve. So why pudendal nerve is inhibited? Because external sphincter जो होता है वो हमेशा कॉन्स्ट्रिक्टेड स्टेट में होता है, जिससे कोई भी मिक्चुरेशन नहीं हो पाता है. सो उसको रिलैक्स करना है, तो इसलिए इनहिबिशन ऑफ प्यूडेंटल नर्व कराना पड़ता है. इसलिए इसके वजह से इनहिबिशन ऑफ प्यूडेंटल नर्व हो जाएगा तो रिलैक्सेशन ऑफ एक्सटर्नल स्फिंक्टर हो जाता है. उसके बाद से यूरिन पास आउट हो जाता है. दिस इज द पाथवे ऑफ द मिक्चुरेशन रिफ्लेक्स. नाउ वी विल discuss about the what is self regenerative property of the bladder. So of the micturition reflex. So initial contraction में क्या होता है, bladder contract हुआ, इससे stretch receptors activate होते हैं and then sensory impulse increase हो जाता है, जिसकी वजह से bladder और contract होता है और जो साइकिल है वो कंटिन्यूसली ऐसी चलती रहती है लाइक अ पॉजिटिव फीडबैक. सो दिस इज सेल्फ रीजनरेटिव साइकिल. लास्ट में हम ये देखेंगे जो इनहिबिशन ऑफ प्यूडेंटल नर्व है दैट इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय द हायर सेंटर्स. इट कैन बी इनहिबिटरी और फैसिलिटेटरी बाय स्पाइनल सेंटर. अब ये जो हायर सेंटर्स हैं वो स्पाइनल सेंटर को कंट्रोल करते हैं. स्पाइनल सेंटर्स कहाँ होते हैं? सैक्रल एंड लंबर सेगमेंट में, which causes innervation of the pudendal nerve. So this was the micturition reflex. Hope you like my video. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to see my upcoming videos.